Greeting and welcome, dear viewers, to a new episode of The Good Home. My colleague Dana and I want to address a very important topic as usual. So Dana, how are you doing today?
Hello, Dr. Muhammad. I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, thank you. So school almost ended.
Yes.
And the kids probably have a lot of spare time to do.
We're reaching the end of school and we have lots of questions in mind. The first one is, how are we going to keep them busy?
Exactly. And this is very important that we have to keep them busy. We have to really let them exercise as much as they could, because we don't want them to really adapt a sedentary lifestyle.
That's a good point, because the first thing kids would want to do is just be home and watch TV, lots of TV.
Yes.
And we don't want them spending the days in front of a screen or eating unhealthy or not moving.
Yes.
We need to not let them get used to being lazy and get them in an activity fast.
And this is why, dear viewers, we really advise you that to make your kids move or play as much as they could, because this is going to improve their mental and their physical health. So Dana, what's your suggestion else to do for kids?
I think finding something creative could be nice, whether it's art or music, something that's fun for kids to do. And also it could be physical activity. So maybe find something new that your kids haven't tried or they've been wanting to do. Turn it into something fun. It doesn't have to be more learning and teaching. Unless they're weak at a subject, okay, put them in math classes. But give them a little bit of break after school and let them do something fun they enjoy.
Exactly. Even, dear viewers, if you want to let your kids play video games or in a social media, let them do that in really restricted time, not the whole day.
What's your time for your kids? Do you have like a time?
Actually, Dana, they're recommended from the American College of Health. It's 1 hour a day. It's really be enough for them.
Half an hour for my son.
Oh, that's
Half an hour and that's it.
That's perfect.
Except for weekends, it's 1 hour.
So I think we have a really important topic today, Dana. What it is?
Yes. So today we're going to be talking about social emotional learning.
Interesting.
Family plays a major role in shaping the personality of a child. We all know that the family life can be a roller coaster of emotions, filled with joys, challenges, and everything in between. And as an individual, as a child, you start being equipped with the essential skills to understand and manage these emotions through your family, and to build healthy relations and make responsible decisions.
Exactly. Those skills learned from the different situation in personal life will be a compass or a guide toward the future to be a better person and succeed in their education and business life.
Social emotional learning is a large and important topic to discuss. Therefore, in today's episode, we will try to get as much information as possible from our guest, Dr. Ahlam Al-Ajmi. She is a mental health researcher. We're going to meet her right after this break. Watch it with us.
Social emotional learning is a process that helps us understand and manage our emotions, build positive relationships, and make responsible decisions. It involves learning about ourselves and how to interact with others in a healthy and meaningful way. Social emotional learning teaches us important skills such as self-awareness and problem solving, which are essential for success in both personal and social contexts. It is like a toolbox of skills that we can use to navigate through life's ups and downs. It helps us understand our own emotions and how they can affect our thoughts and actions. For example, if we're feeling angry, social emotional learning teaches us to recognize and acknowledge that anger, but also to find healthy ways to express it and resolve conflicts instead of aggression or violence. Additionally, social emotional learning helps us build positive relationships with others. It teaches us how to listen, communicate effectively, and show empathy towards others. Engaging in social emotional learning empowers us to improve our general well-being and play a part in creating a society that is more balanced and caring.
Dear viewers, we are back in the main part of The Good Home with our esteemed guest, Dr. Ahlam Al-Ajmi. She's a mental health researcher. We are so glad to have you, Dr. Ahlam, with us today.
Thank you.
Welcome to our studio, Dr. Ahlam. Happy to have you here.
Thank you. It's
And
my
we're
pleasure.
happy with the topic you prepared with us as well today.
Yeah,
a
it's
very
important
interesting
one.
topic.
It is.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
is.
So, social emotional learning. What does it mean and why is it important?
Okay, it's a long story.
Go ahead.
We want to hear the story.
Yes, it's a long story. Social emotional learning, it's a kind of strategy, activity, based on a theory for the emotional intelligence. Like the emotional intelligence, it's the theory, the social emotional learning, it's the steps that include too many things inside. It can help the children to understand themselves, to understand their feelings and to express their feelings in a good way.
Very good.
Yes, actually, when I talk like this, no one in adults believe me.
Okay.
But when we show your children how to understand his feeling, like fear, anger, sadness, or happiness,
Perfect.
and how he can know the symptoms
And the triggers.
inside each feelings, and how he will deal with it,
Okay.
and in a good way, because we all express our feelings. But is it in a good way?
True.
We don't know.
Even for adults. This is even for adults. So it will depend that, let's say, how we've been raised, actually.
Yeah.
So social emotional learning now it's in all the around the world. It's number one in the schools. So social emotional learning is a new theory. We try to apply in Kuwait.
Okay.
I work since 2014 in many children, even for special needs, even for disability. The difference is actually can shock you.
How come?
The result, because you think that the special needs they cannot understood themselves.
Correct.
When you work with them with a logic
Okay.
and a scientific way, you will find something will gonna make you surprised.
Very interesting.
Even for autistic.
Okay. So, Dr. Ahlam, this is a new theory? Is it something new, or has been passed and it's just applied here in Kuwait?
Actually, it's a very old theory,
Okay.
but here in Kuwait we just have that kind of culture.
Okay.
If you check, for example, all the Gulf, you will find in Dubai,
Okay.
in Jordan, they are number one in social emotional learning, and we are taking from them.
Okay.
What we apply in Kuwait is Labiba Friends,
Okay.
and it's based on coping theory in psychology. So that's what we do for the children right now.
Okay. So Dr. Ahlam, you just mentioned about children. At which age you mean? Is there any specific age that you could teach the children these skills?
Okay, if we talk about emotional intelligence,
Yes.
it will start from 6 months.
Oh wow, this is very young.
Because the first emotion that the child can feel,
Okay.
it's anger.
Okay.
When the mother hold and leave,
Okay.
when he's hungry, he cannot know any other emotion. He just know that feeling, that to show his needs
Exactly.
by crying.
Yes.
Then after 6 months, he will start to know how to be happy. He will know how he's upset, for example.
This is at 1 year old.
Yes.
Okay.
So I can just teach him and receive from him symptoms. What is his mood now? This is stage one, or the first step in social emotional learning.
This is the role of the parent right now.
Yes.
Okay.
After, when he go to reception or elementary or whatever, here it will be two roles for the family and also the kindergarten or the reception department. Yes, academic way. So it's a long story, like we said.
Okay, so when it comes to academia, how can we implement social emotional learning into academic, and how does it help students succeed academically? What's the benefit of it?
Okay, if you want to apply any program for social emotional learning, you have two ways. Either you take a program from A to Z and you apply it for the children, or you have a very, very aware teacher. Like we said in kindergarten, home teachers, they are very intelligent, they are, let's
receptive.
say, and they have a very, very high level from awareness, self-awareness, and they can also manage themselves with the children. They will be a good role model for the children in this age, 3 and 4 and 5. So if I'm gonna say, if I have a child, I teach him, or I trained him how to solve his problem, how to make a good decision, and responsible also decision.
Correct.
And also I teach him how to be self-management. He had a self-management. He know how to contact with his friends and also with the adults. In the end, I will have a healthy, a well-being boy or a girl.
Perfect.
It will help him, let's say, in a better way to achieve an academic score.
Very good.
We will not have running or a morning cry every day because he's hating the school and the teachers and the rules there.
Yeah. So it's very important because every parent, Dr. Ahlam, that they are really trying very hard to push their kids to have really high grades and academic high, because this is going to be really good for them to help them to achieve this goal, correct?
Yes,
yes,
of course.
Yeah, so Dr. Ahlam, what are some activities that in school that they could do for children in order to really improve or implement the SEL?
Okay, first step, we let them know the feelings. Okay. We draw the symptoms and the face, and we draw what make me happy and what make me sad, and how I will solve my problem. Drawing is the first thing.
Okay.
Second, they express the drawing. So this is, I'm talking about 3 and 4 old years. Okay. After that, when they express, you start to ask some question. It's not my role to judge the feeling. Okay. It's my role in class to just understand and accept the way they express. In the end, I will teach the children the golden rule, that you have the right to express your feeling. For example, is angry, مثلا. For example, is anger. Two steps in the golden rule. One, you know how to express yourself in a way that doesn't hurt you or hurt other people.
Perfect.
The second step, that it's make you feel better. So if someone push me, if I push them back, I will feel better, but I will hurt other. So this is not a good solution. You didn't solve your problem in a good way.
So how could they solve the problem? What should I, as a teacher?
They defend themselves and they stop the bullying by refusing.
Okay.
80% from the audience, from the children who's watching the bullying situation, they don't interfere.
Okay.
They're just watching.
Exactly.
So because of that, we have this phenomena in the schools. Because no one is participate in the situation and defend the children. And what we doing in the social emotional learning, we try to let them defend themselves without hurting other people and without feeling that they didn't defend themselves, that they lose their rights, they lose their voice.
So find the right way to express your emotions.
Yes, by the golden rules.
In a healthy way, and while setting boundaries for whomever is bullying, for example.
Yes.
So this is in school. Where else should we be teaching social emotional learning? School is, we mentioned school as one, and maybe at home, parents. Are there other places where we can implement social emotional intelligence?
Here.
Okay.
In
Media.
Kuwait TV.
Okay.
You can make a program
Utilize media
for
Exactly.
children
Nice.
and teach them in a very small group, 5 or from 5 to 8, because that's what's we can.
The recommended number
yes,
of a group.
Yes, and you can teach them and train them how they understand themselves and how they. It will be a very actually, I will be helpful to help.
It's a very good suggestion.
Yes.
And you will
I hope the director is taking notes.
Yes,
This is good.
and you will enter every house in Kuwait.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will be very near to the children, especially if the media is now a weapon. So
That's
if
very
everyone kept
important.
silent for bullying and for anger and violence, when we will talk?
Exactly. And Dr. Ahlam, especially nowadays, we have a lot of bullying now with all the kids spending a lot of time with the video games, and they know they watch violence, and also they could probably, we talked about movies now, they could watch movies that they're not appropriate for their age, and this is actually could really affect their behavior.
True.
And this is
Yes.
why it's very important that you have to implement this theory for children, because it's actually going to improve their personality.
Absolutely.
The more you have social skills, the more you will have healthy society. The more you will have video games,
Yes.
the more you have violence.
Exactly.
Because the children lose their connection. They don't know how to deal with each other or with others, stranger, children or adults, and at the same time, they not know how to contact you or how to talk to you.
Isolating them. In a
Yes.
way. Okay,
I
interesting. We'll hold this thought. I think it's a very, very important
It
topic
is
to
very
continue on,
Yeah.
but we need to take a quick break. Dear viewers, we're going on a short break and we'll be right back. Stay there. Welcome back, dear viewers. We have with us Dr. Ahlam, who's talking to us about social emotional intelligence or social emotional learning for children. And we've already learned a lot before the break, and we still want to continue learning. How can we apply it? Because now we know it's important for kids. It helps their academia, but it also helps them express their emotions in a healthy way. You mentioned the role of media. And
Yes.
I've seen on individual levels, you see psychiatrists or psychologists or even like life coaches talking about the importance of allowing the kid to express their feelings and not suppress it and to own their feelings. But you're right, we haven't seen it done on a media level.
Yes.
So what were your
Hopefully
suggestions?
we could see that in the future, and actually there are a lot of effort
Yes,
in the Kuwait
absolutely.
TV that they're doing, that they could probably do something like that in the future.
I think like shedding the light on it through our episode today with you could be
Okay.
a really nice start.
The media is a powerful weapon.
Exactly.
If you use it in a good way, the result will be you will pleased by the result.
Exactly.
But if you neglect it, you will not find anything in the society.
Yeah.
So, like you said, Dana, there is too many psychologists. They talk about theory and social emotional learning, but we have gap between theory and reality.
Right.
How let's say,
To apply it.
yes, in which age, in which way, for whom, for normal, for disability, for special needs, for adults. You need to choose the target. You need to choose the way. You need to do very steps before to prepare well, before even you go to the media. Otherwise, you will not success.
Exactly.
I think we need to equip the media like we equip the school with the right tools to be able to shed the light on the topic.
I'm
and
all
help
yours.
As many
Yeah.
families.
It's up to now to the media. Yani.
So-
I'm all yours.
So Dr. Ahlam, back to Dana, probably we could really make the media have a rule, the family has a rule, as well as the school has a rule. All of them as a team, they actually could implement that, and we're probably going to have a better result. So Dr. Ahlam, in any case, if you want to apply any theory, there are challenges, there are barriers, and I believe you have a lot of challenges when you
Yes.
apply this program or the SEL to children. So could you tell us a few of them?
From where I start.
Go ahead, from anywhere.
The first problem I discovered that the parents, if they are not aware enough to understand what's the work being done or gonna be done to their children, or the service we're gonna give to them, they don't cooperate. They stop in the middle of the road, and they said this journey is nothing.
Like I told you, it's a team. School, parent, media, all of them.
So the most important is that the parents be aware. And they want to, let's say, they want a better version from children after 5 years, because each 5 years we will have different character from the children. So if they didn't make that decision in their inner feeling and practice that daily with the children, you will not find result, even if I work 60%, because it's still there is a role for the family they should do.
So what is really the role of the family? What do you recommend? What are things that they should be doing?
First, they should themselves to work for themselves, to be aware for the challenges for now.
Of their own feelings, you mean?
Now the children live in a society, it's totally different than our society.
Our generation.
True.
We didn't have anything from that today.
Not at all.
Yes, and the children is suffering. They said their life is easier. No, it's difficult. They cannot really talk to each other. If they talk to each other, it will be the hand which will talk, not the tongue, not the words. It will be violence. It will be the power of the situation. It not will be at all the mind or the skills or the social skills or anything.
Is it because there's like so much like stimuli and so much going on nowadays? They're
Maybe.
Surrounded, whether what they watch on TV or whether they see around them.
I think it's about priority. Now the priority is for the physical things, for the clothes, for the cars, for the something you can show off of. It's really very rare that you saw family, they show off with their children character or the way they think or personality. It's really real. It should be, there is a very, very large amount of awareness. So to reach that level of well, let's say, result.
So Dr. Ahnam, I'm just wondering to know about the role of the teacher. So should we, you said that there are a very big role for parents and we have to educate parents. And this is what we are doing right now. So what about teachers? How could we teach the teachers about this theory? Do they have to take courses? How could we really taught them about this theory to apply this for their kids or their students?
Good question. Thank you for asking.
Yes.
We have two kinds of teachers. Teacher, they know they need to take courses.
Correct.
And they try to improve themselves and to go along with the new practice and theory and to help themselves and their family in the first place, then the children in the school. And that something you should to be proud of it, because we have a lot of teachers like that in Kuwait.
Very good.
The second, the teachers, they don't know they know. That yes, exactly. they think
they know.
They think that they are in a
aware about this.
Yes, everything.
Yeah.
In control.
Yes. And they are satisfied with the old system. And they think this is the right way to deal with children. There is a big gap of thinking about with this generation and those kind of teachers actually, and they will never be in a one way again. So this is a very big problem for us. So this is here the Ministry of Education role. They should apply many courses and they should make many conferences to practice social emotional learning, and the teacher should go to the field and apply what they. It's just not theory in the papers or words in paper. It should be also in the field with the children daily. So the result will be pleased for everyone.
Very interesting.
Amazing.
It's very interesting talk, Dr. Ahlam, and I will leave a few minutes for you that if you have any advices for our dear viewers that you would like to give, because it's a very important topic. So please go ahead.
Thank you so much. What I will end with, that well-being is the key for success. It's now and tomorrow and after 20, 30 years. So please, for all the family, for all the society, the non-profit organization, and the whom to concern in the society. Let's just give the child what he needs, not what he wants.
Exactly.
This is my message.
Amazing advice.
It is a very amazing. We would like to thank you for your time. It's very valuable information, and hopefully our dear viewers will learn a lot from it, and they could apply that for their children. So
we learned from it, so thank you so much for your time.
You're most welcome, Dana. Thank you so much.
So dear viewers, we're going to continue our episode, The Good Home, but we have a break and we will be back, so please stay tuned. And we're back, dear viewers, and we would like to talk about movies. A lot of people actually like to watch movies, especially with their kids. Dear viewers, it's very important to choose the right movie if you would like to watch it with your kids. This is very important, right, Anna?
Exactly. I think when you pick a movie to watch with your kids, pick something that's beneficial, something they can learn from. You and them can both learn from a movie, a good movie.
Exactly.
So research what's happening and what's out there that you can both enjoy.
Yes.
And on that topic, today I've picked a movie for you that I think you'll really enjoy. I've watched it with my family, and it's called Turning Red. So Turning Red is a 2022 American comedy. It's an animated film produced by Pixar. And the idea of Turning Red, it's a movie that revolves around 13 years old. Her name is Maylin. And Maylin is a child or a kid that's successful at school. She's smart, she's a great kid to her friends and to her family, but she has some emotions and is torn apart between pleasing her parents and between doing what she actually loves. So the funny twist is she finds out that every time she's trying to hide big emotions, every time she's angry or every time she's sad or she's about to burst, she turns into this giant red panda. And first she's scared, like what is happening to me? But then later on she finds out that if she were to calm herself, the panda disappears. So the panda really represents our fears and represents our emotions that we try to hide from the world. And later on in the movie, she finds out that even though she can get rid of the panda, she decides to keep it. And the lesson is accept yourself the way you are. So I like the idea of the movie. I like the lessons. It's packed with lessons.
I have not watched it, but I actually would like to see it.
Yeah. So it actually teaches kids or teens that you are going to go through a lot of emotions.
Perfect.
And it's going to be difficult, but it will pass. Stay calm as much as you can, but at the same time, embrace who you are. Don't try to change.
Okay.
And friends are super important because during the movie it shows the role of friends.
It
and
is
how
important.
It
is
is for
very
them.
important. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, own basically who you are regardless of what everyone thinks. You can be a good kid without losing your identity.
Yes. So, dear viewers, let's watch this report. We're going to see the trial of this movie, and we will be back continuing The Good Home. So please stay tuned.
Breakfast is ready. Coming. It's gonna be me. Is everything okay? I'm a gross red monster. Don't look at me. Stay back.
This happened already?
What did you say?
Our ancestors had a mystical connection with red pandas.
Are you kidding me? This little quirk runs in our family. You're so cute.
Sick. I've always wanted a tail.
I'm a freak. We love you, May.
You're our girl. Whoa.
You're you.
Any strong emotion
Yes.
will release the panda.
Abby, hit me. Oh.
Do you know how dangerous this is? You'll get whipped up into a frenzy and panda all over.
OMG! My whole life life, I've been perfect little May May. But maybe I like this new me.
Mama's girls. It's gonna be me.
Welcome back, dear viewers. We've reached the end of our episode. A very interesting episode we have today with Dr. Ahlam Al-Ajmi. We talked with Dr. Ahlam about emotional learning or social emotional learning among kids.
This is very important, Dana. It's really how the kids could really feel their emotional and how do they express their emotional. And I believe this is a good theory. And the goal of it is to really make a good person in the future, to be a good employee, to be a good wife or a good husband or a good person in general.
Yeah. Each and every person needs to identify their feelings and needs to make peace with them. So the earlier we can start with our kids to know or to identify their feelings and to understand what they're going through and how can they own up to who they are and what they feel, the better.
Exactly.
For sure.
So this is why, dear viewers, in every episode we have a message for you. We work really hard to choose a topic that could really benefit you, that you could apply to yourself or to your kids, because we would like to have a very big society in order to be a good country.
For sure, absolutely. And we try to pick also guests that are thought leaders and guests that can bring something to the table, controversial or new, that no one has thought about yet or that has just started. And so we can shed the light on an important topic.
Moreover, I would like to watch the movie that you recommended.
Yes.
And
isn't it amazing how it really works to what we were talking about today?
Exactly.
The topic was really spot on.
Interesting. So, dear viewers, we're going to see you next week with different episodes. So please take care of each other.
We hope you enjoyed our topic today and our episode, and we look forward to see you with a new topic next week. Stay safe.